Good morning, y'all. See the good, see the good. I'm out here on the back patio. They are building away with the houses, but what I love is they get the music going. So this crew will have their music going. The crew next door will have theirs. The crew across the street, builders, they'll have their music going. It's so much fun. It is, especially on a hot day like this. But see the good has been a little difficult for Pride Month for me, but I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the good. Definitely a lot of differing opinions when it comes to pride, LGBT inclusion. I actually have a phone call this afternoon with a gentleman who did a post that we should celebrate being heterosexual. Uh, curious, curious, and not to argue. I want to know their point of view. I would like to know from someone who is LGBT, someone who's a veteran, someone who has certainly had their fair share of marginalized trauma. I want to know his point of view. I'm curious. And I think that those are the conversations that are so important. And so I see the good in those differing opinions because it allows me an opportunity to put my ego in check, to break through that discomfort I have so that I can learn something about someone else. And the other day, someone posted on social media that optimism is a privilege, not a mindset. And I had to, I immediately went, and this had a lot of likes to it. They get a lot of comments on it and this person was certainly comes from an intersection and a marginalized community, Asian, genderqueer, and so there are certainly a lot of layers of marginalization that person and discrimination they've dealt with. I understand. I certainly get it, and I don't want to deflect from that, but I don't quite understand how changing the term of something creates a better method or way of belonging. And I mean by that because if we change what optimism is, that it's only for the privileged individual, then somehow that takes away from me in the privileges that I have. I'm sitting out here on a leather sofa on my back patio. That's privilege. I get it. That is privilege. But it was optimism, that hope that got me here. But if I say that, somehow I'm taking from that person's experience and trauma. And what I'm trying to provide is an understanding of how can I see the good in helping that individual see the optimism in it, because they seem like they're still going through the trauma. They still seem like they're going through the suffering. And there are moments where we're seeing the good is being able to allow myself and help others see, don't stay in the suffering. Embrace, like, the pain happened. It happened. There's no doubt. There's trauma in that. But staying in the suffering, where is that healthy? That's my question. Where is that healthy? Is it healthier to be what seems to be mean and bitter? And I've been there. I understand it. But does that mean we stay there and make comments that optimism is privilege, not a mindset? That almost creates for me this, like, maybe perhaps what I went through was a privilege. I got to help understanding this one. And so I see the good in how we're now opening up to some raw dialogues. And I would love to see the understanding. So I would love to hear from y'all. What do y'all think? Is optimism a privilege? I'd love to know. Love y'all.